Finally got it up, man. Thank you, whoever helped me. Finally got it to go up live. I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you telling me what to do. Much. Write down my life story. I could truly say finally got it right. It's on YouTube. Wow, this is beautiful. So, yeah, man. We'll play a little music while I build this thing and see if anyone comes in for 2 or 3 minutes while we listen to a little Prince. I want to play that other guy too. I want to get to that. See if some people come in. Because this is going to be a long discussion. I'm making it a long discussion on purpose because I want more people to be able to hear it, see it, understand it, make sure they know. I put up the, here we go. I'll put up the StreamYard link. People who know can show. It's just that simple. I'm good. Here's the StreamYard link. And on the YouTube. I want to make my man a moderator. I haven't gotten to it yet. But we'll make my moderation thing. But just as far as YouTube goes, I admit to you, I am lost. The most I can do is say, hey, we're on. I see it on YouTube. I'm good for that for right now. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, I'll be here a while. As I see other people got their shows on, I ain't even pay attention to that. When you wanna give up, don't, cause you know you've always got a friend. I'm live. Got things to say. Somebody, especially, I really like it if Judge Joe Brown could be contacted so he can come on here and explain to us how what our eyes see is not reality. I'd love to have that, huh? Because this is all evidence-based I'm coming with. Not coming with no ideas and thoughts and emotions. Evidence-based. And we really only need one evidence. It's called the Constitution of the United States of America. Let that play out. I got 1 or 2 loyal people who will check me, see what I'm doing. I appreciate them 1 or 2. Yeah. Beautiful. Shout out to you. Hey, one love. Oh, Enoch, one love, man. Wow. That's enough for me. I'm gonna twist this up and get busy. It's simple. Oh, somebody came up on. Hold on a minute. Someone came up on the chat room. Who is that? You in the back room, man, or what? I don't know. I don't see you. Oh, that's StreamYard. Okay. I got a back chat, private chat as well. Okay. But I put the StreamYard link. If anybody want to come up and talk to me about whatever's up, please come forward. I have the information. It's not much to do. Just a matter of reasoning. That's why I wonder where the professionals are, because this is 5-year-old reading. You can read 5th grade, you're good. Oh, that's your jam. Who is that? Playtime. Yeah, that's Playtime by Walter Beasley. Smoke. Oh yeah, the horn. That's Walter Beasley. Beautiful. This right here is Joe Sample. It's called Hippies on the Corner. Okay. I want to go to this next tune right here. I'm sure everybody knows it. I'll bring it up. There it is.
There's something that you never had. Steady on and right. The price is right up on the tag. I put it in a brand new bag. This thing will let you be yourself and wanna be nobody else. Nothing like you ever saw, and it's not against the law. Why don't you check out your mind?
I know like people who haven't heard this in a long time or whoever, never heard it in some cases. The lyrics be running. I'm going to run them back one more time because this is the last tune I'm putting on. But the lyrics are deep. Check it out.
There's something that you never had. Steady on and right. The price is right up on the tag. I put it in a brand new bag. This thing will let you be yourself and wanna be nobody else. Nothing like you ever saw, and it's not against the law. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. People thinking they've been too, just finding out they overlooked. They never found the missing link. Forgot they had a minor thing.
And that's really my point of today. People think they've been took, but finding out they just overlooked.
Forgot they had a minor thing. Why they never found the missing link? Just finding out they overlooked and they've been took. Just finding out they overlooked. They never found the missing link. Forgot they had a minor thing. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Check out your mind. Check out your mind.
Well, Q Track, hit the like button, man. Let me see you show up. Everybody, was two people, three people, hit the like button, man. Coming in the door.
Trust in me and I and you.
Trust in me and I and you, baby.
No matter what you see me do, I'm doing me for all I'm worth. None do me better on this earth. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Why don't you check out your mind? Been with you all the time. Why don't you check out your mind?
supposed to have this thing.
All the time.
Hold on.
Check out your mind, 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 check out your mind.
Okay, that's about to do that. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayfield. Oh, go ahead. I'm going to set this up.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complications.
Must be the 13th. Let's see.
Bite your lip and take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead.
Oh, yeah, it's the 13th.
Slip. Just move on up. For peace to find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry.
So that's Curtis Mayfield right there.
By and by. Move on up.
Yes. No doubt.
And keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme. So keep on pushing.
Okay.
Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey, rumors people say that you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it. Well, just move on up.
Get out of here.
Move
Oh.
on up. But move on up. Watch out, but just move on up. But move on up. Move on up.
Okay, here we go. I got you. Okay, I got you. So look, I'm gonna read this. I'm not sure how to put it up just yet. I might put it right up on the board because I want everybody to see it for themselves exactly what it says. It says something like, let me get this guy in first. I got to get myself in, and then I could share the screen. Like, the StreamYard, I mean, it's not sharing. Talk on it. Where do you put this StreamYard? Okay, hold on. I got to go back in my thing and make myself a moderator. I thought I had done it already. But hey. Okay. I want to read this. I want to read the 13th Amendment. The 14th and 15th, they came later. But the 13th Amendment is the one that uh, I'm constantly aware of. Matter of fact, I had told people just this week or past, speaking about this and studying it and stuff, it's best to just throw this particular constitution out and start a fresh one. We could do it today, tomorrow. I seen in the there's already another constitution that's been done up in 1962 or something like that. I didn't get to see it. I was Googling, trying to find the one I wanted. And see, there's another, it's called the Indian Constitution. And they installed in their 13th Amendment something called Nagaland, Naga, land, Nagaland. And I haven't looked at that yet. I just saw it a moment ago. But as far as the 13th Amendment as it goes today, that's what I was going to go ahead and deal with, how it comes out at this minute. And, we can go from there. Hold on, let me get myself in so I could find it. Please just give me a moment. But the thing is, I realized somebody brought in the information the other day saying, check this out. They said to me, the that the what's the name of it? No, I can't do it this way. The uniform, no, the Constitution has 7 articles, something like 7 articles. I googled it too. It said the Constitution has 7 articles, but it has 27 amendments. Yeah, I think music has went down, but yeah, well, everything is rap now. I mean, hip hop or whatever they call it. But there's still good jazz around. I find it everywhere. But what happened was it has 7 articles and 27 amendments. I think that's correct. Now the Constitution was kind of simple. Had a couple of articles. Most of them were one sentence long. The one that they're talking about attached to the 13th Amendment. The articles one. The article itself of the Constitution was very short. Like I said, it was like a minute long or something like that. I mean, one sentence long. And but the amendments now, oh, they 3-4 paragraphs in some cases, because I don't know, but they long. They're very long. And I'm saying, because I make clothes, and when I make a shirt, let's say I make a shirt that got 7 buttons on it, and them buttons keep popping off or whatever, the shirt going, because it's being worn out and all that stuff. And I've mended that shirt, 27 times? It's time for a new shirt. And, come on, what are we doing here? It's time for a new shirt. That's a given. Now I'm going to read it like it reads here at the nationalarchives.gov. It has 2 sections to it, the 13th Amendment. And this is why I made the title of this particular stream be what it is. And like I said, if somebody want to come in, you got to tap me on the head or something, let me know that you have come up. I'm going to try to put this thing up again. I don't know where to put it just yet, but I got it, and I'm going to make it come up on YouTube. So anyone want to come to the StreamYard may do just that. But I have to find myself on YouTube in order to do it. And right now, I don't see me on YouTube. I'll go and see if I can find me on YouTube somewhere. But I don't see me on YouTube nowhere. because I want to put in the link just in case whoever, whatever, might want to check it out and say something about this noise I'm making. I don't see it at all. How to get myself on this live stream, so I could put the information to the link. I really am looking. I know somebody told me you could, put it across the bottom or something like that. Banner it or something. I don't know if you could click on the banner or whatever, but I prefer the real easy ones where I could just click on it and, you know what I mean, and get it right away. But I'm not going to trip on that either. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the banner, and hopefully that'll work. A brand, I don't know, banner. Okay, banner. Okay. Here, I'll put it on a banner. I think that does it. Paste it, and then add the banner, and then show it. There it is at the bottom. The banner for the StreamYard. Right now, that's all I know to do with it. I haven't found myself yet on YouTube. How would I do that? I don't even know just yet. But I don't see it. So I'm attempting to just put it up one way I can. One love. Okay, so I'm gonna read the thing real quick, and we can see how it fits into where it goes, all that kind of stuff. Here it is. I think this is it. Tell me I lost it again. I have so many things. Sorry. Amendment. Here it is. And it reads simply, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma. That's how it starts. Look how it starts. I mean, think about what we're reading. I have a 5th grade reading comprehension level. So if someone has a higher comprehension level than I do, I'm willing to hear it. Meanwhile, back at the farm, the 13th Amendment reads, and I'm reading it verbatim. Verbatim? Verbatim. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma. That's how it begins. The first word is neither. Slavery nor involuntary servitude. And then there's a comma. That's not the place to put a comma. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude. What? They put a comma. And that comma, what comes after that comma, tells the story. And that's the story we're in now. That's the story Judge O'Brown don't want to talk about. Fucking Louis Farrakhan don't want to talk about. Nobody in their professorships want to talk about, or nobody. Wait a minute, I ain't got enough fingers because I'm writing this on my fingers, counting them on my fingers. Nobody in the news want to talk about. Nobody at the government level want to talk about. I want to talk about this comma, God. You hear me? I want to talk about this comma here. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma. What? And this is an amendment. And like I say, I make clothes and I have repaired some. And I know that whoever made this, what were they doing? They were not either good at English or something. I don't know. This sounds like what they call a political claptrap to me. They're going to start with these words: neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma, except, they say, except as a punishment for crime. Wherefore the party shall have been duly, and we mean that duly. They didn't say just duly convicted. They didn't just say convicted. They said duly convicted. That's not just convicted. That's duly convicted. And they say for a crime, except as a punishment for crime. And who makes up the crime and punishment? Who decides what's a crime and what's not a crime? Is having a bundle of marijuana in your hand walking down the streets of New York a crime? It's a tree. Why is a tree a crime? I'm going to tell you why all of this stuff is made up the way it is and why each word, individual and collectively, are put in this form so they can do what they are doing, which is it's an amount of our people right now who are in jail for so-called crimes. It's more people in the jailhouses in the United States of America than all the inmates in all the other countries of all the world. Hallelujah. And spank the stripper on the butt. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, talk your talk. My man, glad to see you come by me. Love to see you. Hit the like button, man. Somebody hit the like button. Right now, I see one like in the like button. Let me refresh the page. Maybe maybe it hasn't refreshed up yet. Oh, there we go. Now I got 6 in there. My man. I thank you very much. Talk your talk. My man. There you go. Your talk leave already? I was just sending out a one love to you, my man. So do your thing. And I put the verbatim first sentence of this amendment, so that everybody can read it and everyone can see exactly what it says. Probably except me, because I don't know what the heck it is, where I'm at or nothing. But anyway, I put it in there so everyone can see it and see exactly what it says as I read it. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except they put a comma after servitude. It's not a straight sentence. You get me? It's not a straight sentence. You get me? It says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma. See, now if it was a straight sentence, it wouldn't have no comma. It would just say neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime. And then there would be another comma. Wherefore, not necessary. Wherefore the party shall have been duly convicted. This is where you get your code nor. So you ever heard of code nor? They call it black laws or Indian laws, Negro laws. I didn't heard it, colored people laws. You can say what you want to call it. It don't matter, but they make them based upon our proclivities. They know niggas like to smoke weed, so they made weed illegal. They know niggas like to we were doing the numbers, before the numbers came out, where y'all see them all at the lottery and the state lottery and all that stuff. We were doing the numbers before all that stuff we came up with that. And then they made it illegal, put us in jail for coming up with it, huh? And then put us in jail for coming up with it. And now they're doing it to the tune of billions of dollars. Once again, making us doing it illegal. Yes? Making us doing it illegal. And I can't keep up with the chat. I'm gonna have to just talk, man, because the chat I can't keep up with it. I ain't gonna really try any longer, because that's too much for me. So, okay. I put the except part because that's all I want. After the comma, I'm gonna start the whole thing with the comma, because that's the only place it need to start, with the comma. We can start this at the comma. That slavery and servitude don't mean nothing. Let's just start this at the comma, because that's where it really begins, at the comma. Then the comma says that except for punishment for crime, wherefore the party shall have been duly convicted. That's what we are, except niggas. We are except. We're in the except, because we got there's more niggas in. Listen, I know a dude that went to jail for vagrancy. Did you hear what I just, for sitting on the bus stop too long? That's a crime. Hey, if you want to put a nigga in jail, you can come up with all kind of ways to put a nigga in jail. The man threatened to put me in jail because I refused to tell him my name. When did that become a crime? You don't tell a person. I told him my first name. He said, what's your surname? I said, dude, I already told you my name. He got upset, him and his boy, and decided they wanted to arrest me for a crime that there ain't no crime. This is the except. That's why there's more niggas in jail in the United States than it is in the entire world put together, because the United States bought the slavery business. The United States government bought the slavery business. In 1862, they did a thing called, y'all know what this thing is called. Come on, wait a minute. I'm gonna show it to you, because I'm gonna put it in the chat, because a lot of people be like, I ain't never heard of that. So I put it in the chat, and you can go and look at it and you know, I'm just using my 5th grade education here. I have a 5th grade understanding of things. So if you can tell me, you know, give me a better understanding, be like, oh brother, you know, you messed up here. You're not understanding it correctly. Then, hey, I put the chat number down there. It's on the front. Come up to the chat and tell me all about it. That would be wonderful. Educate this little 5th grade educated nigga here. Then, yeah, come on, please. There it is. In 1862, the Compensated Emancipation Act, slave owners received reparations for their slaves from the United States government. That's a purchase. The United States government bought the slaves wholesale. Made an amendment for the Constitution that I just read to you. You know the amendment. Tricking niggas into thinking they free, right? Oh, you free. Neither slavery, none of that stuff gonna happen in the year. I heard Judge Joe Brown say that stupid crap to me one day, to somebody. Oh, that's stupid, because the 13th Amendment says right there that whatever the crap he be pushing out. It's just crap, baby. Y'all know it's crap. Anybody with a 3rd grade education know it's crap, because the best way to maintain slavery is to trick the slaves, as it were, into thinking that they are free. Once they think they're free, with this palaver I just read, that one sentence, it's just one sentence. Baby, did I say that enough times? It's just one sentence. And yet, it fooled everybody. That little one, oh my goodness, sentence fooled everybody. What's up with that? It says just succinctly as it wants to. And that's the first section, because see, the second section is different. That's section 2 of the amendment. I ain't got to that one. I don't really need to. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. That's the section 2 says. Congress shall have power to, well, from who? Who's telling? They're just giving Congress because they assume power in the beginning, and now they're going to assume they can give it to somebody. And you know, it's an assumption of power. They ain't got no power. All this stuff is assumptions. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except we got millions of people in jail right now. I'm gonna Google how many people in jail in the United States jails. Number of U.S. jail population. Let's see what it say. And I don't even need about race. There ain't no such thing as race. 1.8 million people, they say, as of July. I know countries that don't have that many people in it. United States is the home of the largest number of prisoners worldwide, is what they say at Statista when I Google the information. It says, and it reads it, the first line, see, it starts with the, not neither. Who starts a sentence with neither? Anyway, the United States is home. The United States is home. That means the people who are prisoners are at home. The United States is home to the largest number of prisoners worldwide. And they call this a what? A what? A free? How could it be a free country if it's the largest number of prisoners at the same time? What's free about it? Somebody tell me, because I'm missing this one. Y'all playing a game, and I don't know what the game is quite yet. But I see the jail population is 1.8 million. Million. That's a lot of slaves, baby. Except it says, except under you know, we ain't gonna do the slavery thing, except, you know, if we got some crimes we want to come up with, like, you know, you can't have no weed, I'm gonna send you to jail because of child support. What is that? Is that a crime? But people go to jail for it. Anyway, I'm gonna send you to jail for talking too loud at the movie theater. I'm gonna send you to jail for vagrancy, just hanging out too much. I'm gonna send you to jail because you didn't tell the man your last name. I'm gonna send you to jail. See, all of these ways to get you right into this thing called accept. And I'm telling people this, and they're saying, ain't no slavery in the United States, and it says it right here in the Constitution. Am I doing this right? Hold on a minute. Hey, I'm not doing it right. And it says right here in the Constitution that it is. I don't argue with people. I don't see no reason to argue with nobody. What are we arguing about? Ain't nothing to argue about. It says right there in the Constitution. And Google, you can Google it any day you want to. It says in the Constitution. Right there. If you can't find that in the Constitution, I even put it up to help you. So you can, you know, I want everybody to be able to find it. It's the 13th Amendment. It's a repair job. Because the First Amendment, the first Constitution, the actual suit, which is a Constitution, is a suit that they put on this zombie. Corporations are zombies because they can do things. They can hire, fire, kill. They can do a lot of things. They can pay money. They can owe debts. They can loan money. But they are corporations, and they can never go to jail. And they can kill hundreds of millions of people, and no one gets executed for that because it's a corporation. How you going to execute a corporation? It doesn't exist. It's a zombie. It don't live and breathe air. It don't drink water. It's a zombie, but it can buy things. It can hire people. Am I back on? Hold on. It can hire people. It can buy things, and it's only a corporation doing all of that business in the world. Hiring, firing, changing people's lives, putting out products and all that. And you can't find it because it don't exist. It's a zombie. Now, this zombie called the corporation says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime, wherefore the parties shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Sound good? I mean, if if I was in if I had a third grade reading comprehension, I'd be like, oh, see, that is slavery over. But I have a fifth grade reading comprehension, and I saw the comma after the word servitude, and I saw the next word say except as, which means this is not final. Let me ask you something. Girls and boys, men and women. If your spouse came to you and said, hey, look, I ain't going to cheat on you, except if you don't bring in some money, or if you don't give me the proper sex that I want, or unless, la-di-da, the rest of that story, and then what you going to say? Oh, well, she'll never cheat on me, man. They didn't give you 3 or 4 excepts. They didn't give you an except punishment for a crime. And with the crime, they got over 1,000 crimes. They got so many crimes, they say, your ignorance of the crime is no excuse. That's how many crimes they got. They got crimes for if you scratch your balls with your left hand or your right hand, it could be a crime. And they say all these crimes, Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. That means Congress, who I might add, a good number of congressional people right now in 2024 are invested heavily into private prisons. Do I need to say that again? I'll say it again, baby. It ain't no big deal. I'm going to Google it. How many congressmen are invested in private prisons? This is not rocket science. And hey, how many congressmen, well, you got to say Congress people now, are invested in private. I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton and the Clintons are in there, in private prisons. Let's see. Because I don't want to make, I just say I'm pretty sure. I was going to just say it out loud, but, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Ooh, for profit prison receipt. Ooh, open secret. Ooh. Okay, what percentage of prisons are owned privately in the United States? They say 8%. 8% of 1.8 million is a lot of people. Yeah, still. Who is the largest owner of private prisons? Okay. CoreCivic, formerly the Corrections Corporation of America, is a company that owns and manages private prisons and detention centers and operates others on a concession basis. Co-founded in 1983 in Nashville, Tennessee by Thomas Beasley and Robert Krantz and T. Period. Oh, I like him. T. Period. This is what we're doing. That's because prisons are just like any other plantation. and you know, you get your ownership. Now I understand the warden of a prison and the governor of a prison own the prisoners. And when I see the prisoners, when I see them in them little jumpsuits, the jumpsuits read on the back of the prisoner, property of whoever, because they're talking about the property. We missing all this like it ain't happening. We're not watching it and putting it together like it is happening. And we can, hey, when people say, well, what are you doing for us? I'm a vote and I want tangibles. Yeah, they be laughing, man. Come on, because you can't even see the fact that you're still in slavery at this moment. They got a thing called school to pipeline, school to prison pipeline. What's that all about? I didn't make that up today and say, hey, oh, I'm gonna make that up today and just put it in my YouTube thing here, and because I'm making stuff up. I didn't make that up today. I've been hearing it for the past over 10 years straight. School to pipeline to prison pipeline. They talk about. Cause why? Because they're making sure they got the accept people. Accept. They don't call it slavery no more. They call it accept. I'm gonna call it accept people. Oh, well, your ancestors accept people because they were enslaved. They were accept. All these people in jail aren't accept. Accept. Get the hell out of here. You know what? You can get a garment, even a very nice suit made out of very nice material and everything. But after a while of wearing it, and you make so many amendments and so many, repairs to it, it's time to just kind of see if you want to write up another one. Keep it short. I like that idea. Keep it short. Don't make it with a lot of colors and all flowery and shit. But they started off in the wrong place because the man said in the Dred Scott decision, the very first words of the U.S. Constitution, when it says we the people, was definitely, without one doubt of iota of an even chance, they were talking about niggas. He threw that out unequivocally. He said, man, get the hell out of here. Most of them had Negro slaves. How they gonna be saying we the people, la-di-da, the rest of that got all these great rights, and they denying the rights to the Negro next to them at the same time, bring me my coffee. So he's telling you, and they say you gotta look at it in the minds of the people who wrote it. What were they thinking? They were thinking niggas ain't part of this we the people, baby. If you want to add yourself to we the people, you're doing it spuriously and under your own imagination. That's just your imagination at play right there. When you say, oh, it says we the people, that includes us, that's your imagination, nothing else. You just, what are you smoking? Sherm? Because we don't do that. There'll be crack or something. Weed ain't gonna make you think now. This is a big thing. Weed ain't gonna make you think that we the people include you, include me. Oh, we the people. La-di-da, get the hell out of here. They made an amendment, which means they added some more fabric or reduced some fabric or changed the design of the sleeve or the collar. They did something with the amendment. Because every time you make a suit and you amend the suit, well, you got to do something. Either got a rip in it or a tear in it or something, and now you got to patch it. So now we got this patchwork. It's got more patches than it has articles. That means, like, okay, I got to the shirt, there are 3 or 4 pieces, right? You got your arm, that's the arm, you got your doggone collar, the front and the back, right? So that's what, let's just count them as 5 pieces, right? All right. Make it 7 because you got 2 arms. Yeah, make it 7 pieces. Now, of this garment, I'm going to make 27 amendments? I got to repair it 27 times. I got to take the sleeve and extend it over here so it could include niggas, but not really, because we got we got that except clause. Or I can add it over here and say, oh, well, it could be doing, because of all them 27 amendments, they must be extending the sleeves or making the collar something bigger. What are they doing except confusing the issue? Because that amendment said almost nothing. And what it said was, okay, we can trick you into thinking that we got rid of slavery by saying neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma, then we got you. Here we go. We could do this all night. They plan to do this into perpetuity because it says right there, you're not free. And they're doing it right in your face because they walked around 2 months ago. They walked around they call him a policeman. And we know what police mean. That mean to clean up. Police an area mean to clean up the area. He walked around the doggone counter of the woman. He came in her house first, that she called them in to check somebody to see if there was some kind of problem outside her house. She heard noises. She might be invaded soon. She did not realize she was calling the invader. The invader came into her house, talked to her for a few minutes, told her to get up and go in the kitchen. And then not 3 minutes later, he walked around the corner after telling her he would shoot her in the face, and shot her square in the face. And she was trying to hide. She had ducked down to the bottom cabinet where her blood was spattered over the door of the bottom. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Because that don't make no sense. She on the bottom. Come on. And then somebody going to tell me, and they put that on YouTube. They put it there. That's where I saw it was on YouTube. They put it everywhere. And that's what y'all going to say? We free? It didn't happen? Wow. I didn't know it was going to go out like that, dude. I really did. I'm sorry to hear it. I thought we were, at least 5th grade level of understanding. I was saying 3rd grade because maybe I could see 3rd grade level of understanding. But it seems like we got to go to kindergarten level of understanding. If you think you're free, then who killed that lady? Is he in jail? He just walked around and murdered the woman carte blanche. And y'all talking about fucking vote for who? What? Damn. I mean, just damn. And guess what? 80, 90, 99.9999 of everybody went right back to work the next day, right back to school the next day with bullshit on their mind about Copernicus and fucking. Oh, see, I didn't, because it's upsetting to me that I didn't do it as stupidity any longer. This is ridiculous. That people like Mr. Malcolm Little, known by several names, I won't go into all of them. I don't know how his spirit can rest with this kind of garbage going on. Ain't y'all seeing that this ain't what he was? Hey, come on, man. They walked around on national, international, everybody in the world saw them walk around. Tell a lady they're going to shoot her in the face for her simply saying, I rebuke you. I'll shoot you in the face, and put his hand on his gun at that same moment. And then when she said, hey, I'm sorry, and she tried to, defuse the situation. defuse the situation. He walked around the cabinet so he can have a clean shot because she had went to the ground. He walked around the cabinet and shot her in the head. Then told the other one, ain't no sense in trying to resuscitate her. I shot her in the head, man. And 99.9999999 infinitum of all the niggas in the United States, I should say the entire world, all the niggas in the entire world, they just went on back to work, went on back to school, went on back to play until it's their day to get shot the fuck in the head. Oh, I did start cussing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cuss. I'm going to try to keep my emotions out of this because it don't require emotions. This is logical, reasonable, without emotional stuff. Yes, I agree. One love. That's what's up. Now, we just read the Constitution that says here that, the 13th Amendment reads in and of itself that there's an accept clause, which means I don't really have to do that stuff, whatever I just said, because I put an accept clause, right? I'm telling my wife, hey, I'll never cheat on you again, sweetheart. Except, if it's Thursday or it rains on Tuesday or anything else, because ignorance of my accept of the law is no excuse. So it might be anything I come up with and call it a crime, and then I can go back and cheat again. So now you just accept that and see, I'm an honest dude. I won't cheat on you. See, I wrote it down. I'm not cheating on you, except though. And then how can a grown man, how can a dude call himself judge this and judge that? How can a dude call himself professor this and professor that? How can a dude call himself chief? I don't see none of the chiefs saying nothing. Chief this and chief that, chief Amanaka and chief Kuka. All these goddamn, excuse me, I'm cussing again. All these chiefs ain't doing nothing either. None of the preachers are bringing this information. It's right there in the Constitution. They act like it ain't there. I got a 2nd grade education. I got a 3rd grade, intelligence rating is kindergarten. I might be 60 years old, but I can't read and understand that it says right in the sentence. I'm talking about one sentence. It's evidence. Don't need no more evidence. No hypothesis. Don't need to write a book about it. Don't need to study it 15 or 27 more times. Don't need to form a committee. Don't need to do nothing. It's right in your face. They put it right in your face. And I'm going to tell you something that I don't usually say. Your children know this, what I'm saying. Your children already know about what I'm saying being true. Yes, your children already know this stuff. Everybody's children know it. The little Asian children know it. The Chinese children, the doggone Irish children know it. Everybody's children knows it. Our children know it. Yes, our own children, they see that stuff. They got a reading level. That's why they don't respect the adults. Because, hey, come on. You that dumb? You grown and you that dumb? I can't respect that. And I don't see why your children should respect it either. I'm just saying, and you that dumb? I can't, and you're that dumb? Come on, man. You expect what, you gonna beat your children up? After a while, they're gonna get bigger, so you can't be beating them up. Right now, they little. You could probably beat them up. I said this. Get out of my house. They get out of your house. They're gonna be like, you mother, because they know you're dumb as a doorknob. You put them in that situation without letting them know they were in that situation. And you could have told them, look, dude, you know, we're going to go over this Constitution together and we're going to talk about it. That's all it takes. A 15-year-old boy, it ain't but 7. Shit, you can start this as 7-year-old because it ain't but 7 articles to the Constitution. Why not just go over them with a 7-year-old? Class of 7-year-old children. Hey, let's read this. See what they say. Let's go over this in context. Let's go over it and see how it's been adjudicated, how it's been understood over the past and made and judged. So they go by judgments, adjudications. See, you could say this, but until it go to court, it don't mean that, right? So we can look at the adjudications, and like I did with the Dred Scott, and we see the judge say, hey, man, when they wrote that doggone "We the People," they weren't talking about niggas, man. Don't even try it. They had slaves themselves. They had Negro slaves themselves, so they couldn't have been talking about the Negro slave that they had. Does that make sense? Yet, in our minds' understanding, oh, yes, they were talking about all of us. All of us. See, they made the amendment, and now all of us can fit under the umbrella of bullshit. If you want to do that, I mean, you know, you can do it. It's comfortable. You can keep your job, keep your car, get some food to eat, food, clothing, and shelter like a dog. You know, as long as they give you food, clothing, and shelter like a dog, you're okay. If that's all you want in your life, hey, food, clothing, and shelter like a dog, a pet, do your thing, baby. I ain't into being a pet, being treated like a dog, shooting our women in the face. Nothing happened. No, I can't. See, some things I can't really talk about. Because when most of you can pretend it didn't happen, like this January 6th thing they doing, you know, oh, that didn't happen. They didn't really, that was a YouTube AI. They didn't really. That one, Miss Macy, she's still in her house and over there. They didn't kill that woman. That was an AI trick. You can tell me that. Yeah, well, that's a bad AI trick. They ought to take it off of YouTube. I'm going to protest and ask that it be taken off. It's already off, I mean, but it wasn't no trick. We all know that. We all know a brother just got found hung. In Georgia? He was found hung. Strung up and hung in Georgia. And the investigation by the corporation known as the Municipal Corporation of whatever county that is, said that he committed suicide. I've seen where they said a dude was strung up in a tree, had wrapped the rope around himself, had his hands tied behind his back, and was dead. And they investigated and said it was an apparent suicide. His hands were tied behind his back, yet they said it was an apparent suicide. 99.9999999% of our people went to work the next day without a thought about it. Went to school the next day without a thought about it until it's our turn to be hung, to be caught up when they chasing another coon. Let's go coon hunting tonight. See what coon we can catch. And then they catch another coon, hang him up in the tree. Now we up in the tree hanging with our hands behind our back, tied up. And our murder will be investigated and determined to be an apparent suicide. They said during, the time that, people talk about this slavery thing, because I look through the records. I'm not getting my history from movies. I look through the records of the United States government and their subsidiaries, being the states and the provinces and the other things that run as governments. In 1819, they came up with what they call a slave law in Virginia. Virginia was one of the biggest things and most prominent things going on. It was like where things start and the rest of the country catch on. Like the Virginia, they was running the tobacco and everything in the 1800s, right? And you should see the tobacco Indians. They're all little niggas, man. Come on. So I'm just saying that when people say, "Oh, we all came from Africa," when though? Back in the Stone Age or something? We didn't just come from Africa last week, baby. I guarantee you that. I know niggas just came from Africa last week. So we'll be talking about, oh, well, 400 years ago, a boatload of niggas came over here. Oh, that's nice. Meanwhile, there was already niggas over here. Okay, so 1819, Virginia wrote what they call the slave law, and where they said no matter whether the individual is a African, a colored person, a Negro, an Indian, anything but not white, Christian, white Christian. That's how they used to say white. They used to say Christian. Then there are a lot of niggas and whatnot, them converted to this Christian thing. Then they had to say white, right? But anyway, they say all them kind of people, if they're not employed by a cracker, can be taken as slaves immediately. That was the law. If they're not being sponsored by a cracker, they can be taken as slave immediately. If they're not if a cracker don't claim them, they can be taken as slaves immediately. Without word, without consequence, the cracker can go just grab them, their mom, their sister, their brother, their land, everything, and walk off with it. Sell them somewhere else to another cracker that's willing to pay for his crudeness. And that's that. That was 1819, baby. Not no 1600, 14 million years ago. No, that was 1819. I'm starting there. Anything before that, I don't need it. It don't make no sense to me. Because right there, the United States government was in full force, not the 1600s. Well, no United States in no goddamn 1600s. Okay, I ain't bothered with that noise. I'm just talking about starting at 1819. When they start putting everyone under their jurisdiction, whether we liked it or not, wanted to or not. And if we didn't want to, they had two things they used to say. If a nigga didn't want to be a slave, he was insane. And it's in their books. They would put a nigga in an asylum, into an insane asylum because he didn't want to be a slave. They say, you don't want to be a slave. You don't want us to, we bringing you all this Jesus and stuff, and we civilizing you. We making you speak English, and we bringing you our ways and stuff, and you don't want them. You got to be crazy. Still today, people say that. You don't want to vote? You got to be crazy. You don't want to go to college? You got to be crazy. You don't want to go to church? You got to be crazy. This is where we're at. This is where we're at as a people all the way around. I don't care nothing about if you're Arabo, you're a fucking Hebrew Israelite, you're a Muslim, you can be whatever you want to be. You can name all them wishful things in your head because it's all in your head. None of that stuff exists in the world because as soon as a cop see you and want to shoot you, all he sees is a nigga and he gonna shoot. And you can say that, hey, I got fringes on the bottom of my shirt, try to wave that. He'd be like, what? You got what? They don't know about that stuff. Anyway, hey, you know what I'm saying. If that's how you're gonna get around and you're gonna be, listen, like I tell everybody. Oh, this is what Harriet Tubman said. I want to conjoin this with my statements here in this video. Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed more of the slaves if only they had realized they were enslaved. When you don't know you're enslaved, you think you're in prison. You think you're supposed to be there. Oh, yeah, that nigga went to prison. Of course he did. He a nigga. He's man. They used to say ain't no nigga can reach 35 years old without never going to jail. They meant that shit. They make the laws so that'll happen. You're sitting on the bench, you're talking to your friend, you're hanging out, you're liming. They call it liming in Trinity, right? You're liming. You can go to jail for liming. Sitting out at the park after hours. The park after hours. Meaning simply that the park don't have, it's 6 o'clock, the park is what they say closed. They're gonna put you in jail. They shot one dude. He was at the park after hours. They pulled up on him and shot him. When they pull up on a person, that's one thing. And when they leave, the person is dead and they tell you a story. You figure it out. I ain't got time to try to figure. Were they telling the truth? Did this really happen? No, the man dead. That's what really happened. And nobody, absolutely, did I say nobody? Let me do it again. Absolutely nobody stands responsible for that. They gave Zimmerman over $2 million. The guy that killed Todd, whatever, the little boy down in Florida, he followed the little boy around, confronted the little boy, and then killed him, and then told people a story. The boy was dead, so his side of the story we don't know. But the Zimmerman, within months, they had sent $1 million to him. The crackers around, probably from out of the country and everything, sent him over $1 million for killing that little boy. That was blood money they sent to him. And before I stopped watching Zimmerman, he had collected over $2 million in blood money for killing that boy. They pay for killing niggas. The man that shot the woman in the face, they put him on paid leave. Did you hear me? Paid leave. Now, when I go on paid leave, it's usually called vacation. He shoot a nigga in the face on camera, on video. The world sees it, and they give him a paid vacation. And you say slavery don't exist. Where do you exist? You don't exist. Anybody that says slavery don't exist, that person saying that stupidness themselves, they don't exist. Oh, we can debate that, Wale. I can rebut that. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have anybody, some drunken bum, to anybody to come up and show me where I'm misinterpreting something, or where I'm not seeing it right, where my perspective is off, and it's only one sentence. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma. If I did that to the guy, say, hey man, look, neither snow nor sleet gonna make me not bring you your money back. Except, my wife gets sick, my son fall out of the street. If I get a hankering for lemon meringue pie, we gotta have these exceptions, baby. And then I'll bring you, without them exceptions, you're gonna get your money back. A promise is what they call a promise is a comfort to a fool, and politicians don't do nothing but promise. Here's Kamala Harris in the government, in the White House, promising what she gonna do when she get in the White House. Huh? She's in the White House, been in there three and a half years, and she's promising what she gonna do when she get in the White House. If that ain't a beautiful con, anybody goes for that con, their mind is on they're not ready for kindergarten. Their mind is not ready for kindergarten. Do you hear me? She's in there for 3 years, 3.5. She's in the position right now as she's speaking, and she's promising that when she get in there, she gonna do these fabulous things, whatever. She could tell you anything after that. Oh, yeah, I'm going to the moon. I'm giving everybody free pussy, whatever. She can promise you anything at that point. Because you're stupid enough not to see she's already in the White House. She's talking about when she get in the White House. I don't care. She says she's not black. Okay, Candace Owens is on her behind. Candace Owens is on her behind. I actually have always thought Candace Owens was a cute little girl. I always thought she was very articulate, and I always thought she had a good, sharp intellect, and she proved it with Kamala Harris. That little girl proved. I may not agree with all her opinions about this, that, the other, whoever, who cares. Mostly I do. But I'm just saying, without a doubt, whether you like her or not, she proved Kamala Harris is a fraud, a contemptuous liar, and the rest of the stuff that they accuse. One politician accusing another politician of being a liar is a joke. I mean, you in prison and you're talking about the other guys is a crook. Oh man, you ain't nothing but a crook. All y'all down there in cell block C, y'all crooks. Well, cell block B, y'all ain't crooks. Get out of here. Get out of here. But there's simple logic, simple reasoning. Yeah, and then I see 18, 19, 27, 35, 56, 99 shows on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want to call it. I even see them on ABC, UBC, IBC. The only person I really like at this point is Triple N News, Eddie Griffin. The boy brings it. I should say the man. The man brings it. Eddie Griffin brings the noise. All these other guys walking around, I'm at their conscious neighborhood and black community. Y'all ain't bringing no noise. Y'all just talking garbage. Talking from somewhere I don't even understand. Some kindergarten level of understanding. Right? Right? Some kindergarten level of understanding. Because if, other than that, you would know immediately that it says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, comma, except. There is an ambiguous statement about the exception, except as a punishment for crime. What crime? I don't know. Any crime. As for punishment for crime, wherefore the party shall have been duly convicted. Oh man, they won't tell you what crime. They put in a word like duly. What that? Duly convicted. That means y'all went through all the steps of convicting a person for vagrancy. Y'all went through all the steps of convicting a person for having leaves, trees. The man got trees and was convicted. Right now, this dude here that's talking to you on the thing, Wale, I was arrested. And there's a duly conviction, whatever, for me having trees. They said I had 57 trees, and that's a crime. where they said 4 trees was still a crime at the time. I had 57. They said that's a crime. So they convicted me with their except clause. You see what I'm saying? This is how I know about this stuff. Well, I knew about it before, but I'm just saying I have experienced this stuff. I'm not just know. Just to know a thing don't mean nothing. You know how to have sex? Yeah, I know how it's done. Have you ever had sex? That's a different question now. See what I'm saying? You got to be smarter than a kindergarten guy. So when somebody say, "Oh, you know how to have sex," and you say, "Yeah," they don't think that they realize you're not even an expert. An expert simply means a person who have experience. That's what an expert means, a person who has experience. Look it up. The word expert means a person who has experience. Without experience, you can't be no expert. That's where the word come from, expert, experience, experts, experience. It's the same, la-di-da. So when we go through this, and I say, hey, the United States is the biggest slave country in the world, and people say, ain't no slavery in America, except, hey, except. See it right there? It say right there, except. See it say except. Then they followed up the 13th Amendment with the 14th and a 15th Amendment, gave them nicknames like the Negro Bill of Rights or some crap like that. Well, ho, ho. Stop the press. Why you gotta have a separate Bill of Rights for niggas? What's that all about? Aren't we part of we the people at the first sentence? Why we separate over here? Weren't we? What? Wait a minute. We the people. Why? Not maybe. I mean, I'm just saying. We part of we the people. Why would you have to have a separate Negro clause over here talking about Negro Bill of Rights? What about the we the people Bill of Rights? Well, we not the people? See, it don't take but a third grade understanding of, and logic. It don't take no professors. I see professors, they got books all behind them and shit, books everywhere. Oh, I done read all these hundreds of thousands, and I'm still dumb as a tack. I done read all these thousands of trillions of books, and I'm still dumb as a tack. I can't even decipher a one sentence. All them books, all of them spend all that time in college and all that other stuff and can't decipher one sentence of the Constitution of the United States. That's stupid. And they call themselves professor, chief, pastor, imam, or reverend, governor, judge, lawyer. That's it. The judge hit the lawyer, and then all of them in the face because they can't explain a one sentence of the Constitution right there. And tell me I'm supposed to accept that as, oh, see, slavery ended right there, see, because it said this right here, see? And I'm reading the sentence for myself, and I say, hey, wait a minute, what about this except clause? Oh, well, see, don't. They go to weaving like Trump do and Kamala Harris. They never answer a question. They politicians. And one politician calling another politician a liar is like Cell Block B calling Cell Block D a bunch of crooks. Go figure. And if you ain't figured that out yet, please don't vote. Please don't have children. Please don't have children. We don't need you to procreate nothing that's coming from that kind of mentality. Please don't have no children. This is, at this point, I do recommend abortion. You just I couldn't do that to a soul. Bring them in under that kind of stupidity. I'd rather you kill the child, man. Yeah, I said it. Go run that down. Rather than your kindergarten mind itself at the age of any age where you can produce a child and you still go for this okey doke crazy talk. Yeah, don't have no children, please. Save the world. Don't have no more children. Yeah, I mean that. Don't have no more children. Let that go. Forget the children thing. Go get a dog or something. Yeah, get a bunch of dogs, cats, all that. Get all that stuff. Cats, dogs, whatever. Don't have no children. I recommend that strongly, highly, male and female. If you're a man and you think that stuff is real, please get a vasectomy. I know something even better. Become a eunuch. That would be the epitome of my offer to such a brain, to such a mind, to such a ooh, to such stupidity. Yeah, just get castrated, get that over with, and then you can live the rest of your life, man. You have your job, your car, you can get the chicks, you can get the movies, go watch all the doggone football, baseball games you want to. Ain't no child around missing their dad or whatever because you at the football game or baseball game or you can't see, you can't do your duties because, most of these guys spend more time on football and baseball than they do their own children. Check yourself. Look how much time you spend on your children versus how much time you spend on baseball and football. All them balls. Talking about Ivan Iverson. You could talk about Ivan Iverson and how many baskets he scored in 15 different games throughout the season, but you don't know what grade your son just got in reading. You don't know how your daughter doing in math and none of that garbage. You get me? La-di-da. I'm talking to you. Or your cousin or your aunt or your niece. That's your niece, and you don't know what your niece doing, but you know how many times Ivy answers, are y'all gay? I think all y'all gay. I'm gonna just tell you, I think y'all just gay, 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 gay. You can tell me how many times Ivan Anderson dunked and what year he did this and that in, but you can't tell me nothing about your niece, nothing about your own daughter, your granddaughter. But you got Ivan Adams, whatever them little children name, basketball player. They playing basketball. It's a child's game, dude. It's for children. Them games, it's for children. Y'all taking that stuff seriously. It's for children. And you're taking it seriously, which makes you automatically what? A child. We done here? Yeah, we done here. I done brought the whole thing down. Nobody can refute it. You can write in the comments and say, Wale, I refute what you say. All that stuff ain't real. None of it's true. You know what I mean? None of that's going to change the situation of our children and our children's children. Because, I'm good. I keep telling people, my daughter asked me to come out. She said, Dad, these grown dudes, they 40, 50, they were arguing with her, I guess. I don't know. They're 40, 50 years old, and they out here saying stupid stuff. Please come out. Because I was in Hermitage. I live as a hermit. And I didn't mind not coming out of Hermitage. She asked me, come out, because this is crazy. And they leading the people on down these packs talking about manosphere and black conscious community and Israelites and Moabites and All that crazy talk. It's just crazy talk. They got a book somewhere. They read a story. Look at what I'm saying. Wait, listen to what I'm telling you. They found a book somewhere that says something, don't matter. And now they say that's them. And they got to do this because that's them. And somebody in the book said that's what they should do. And they doing it. And everybody ought to do it. They live and die by that stuff. Like little children playing games. It's all cosplay. I read a book about, I read about Sir Lancelot. Let's get us a round table. Yeah, I read about Machiavelli. Let's get us he the Black Santa Claus. Yeah. All we doing is cosplay. How you gonna be the Black Santa Claus? That's Santa Claus. Cosplay. We pretending to be crackers. Oh, I'm Machiavelli. Oh, I can't even think of these names fast enough. Y'all know all them got all the names y'all be talking about. Y'all is. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm like that guy in the movie. Remember that movie? That guy was in the movie. I'm Liam Neeson. I'm Jack Wick. I'm John Wick. I'm Peter Pan. Whatever. Y'all just, it's like children with Superman on they take a sheet or something, their mom's coat, trap it on their back and jump off the doggone roof. Talking about they Superman. That's what I'm saying. Little children playing in cosplay. Oh, I'm a Hebrew. I'm a more. You can't get no more over there to say your ass a more. The Moors of Morocco are gonna say, "Oh, nigga, you an American Negro. Please go home." They're not gonna be saying, "Oh, you're, oh yeah, get the fuck out of here." And then that pasty boy, I watched him, man. I felt so ashamed of Barack Obama. I really felt ashamed of him when he came up and tried to browbeat those young men into voting for Kamala Harris. I really felt shame for him. He must feel shame for himself. I know he felt shame at that moment. He was like, "What am I doing? What have I come to? What have I become? This nastiness, this thing." I could see it because he couldn't even talk. He was mixing his struggling through the words like he couldn't get it out. He couldn't formulate it. It was difficult for him to even formulate some kind of way to say that garbage. And I felt shame for him. And I think, Barack, this was a chance for you to, not to do that. Not to be a political puppet. And that's all you're gonna be. That's a shame. And then bring that to them little young men. That was embarrassing and a shame. I was not embarrassing for the young men, not embarrassing for me. That was embarrassing for Barack Obama. He embarrassed himself. That's what happened. Barack Obama embarrassed himself talking to them young men. The way he was talking to them. He could have said a lot of stuff. He could have said, "Hey, man, I dig what y'all talking about." He could have flanked and went left and then went right and tried to maneuver, but he didn't. He went straight for their balls. And he ain't got none. He gonna have to borrow his wife's balls. It was not only embarrassing but for Barack Obama to do that, but it pissed me off. I had never been pissed off at that man. I know what he is. He got a cracker mama. He's part of the Bush family. None of that mattered to me. It's a colored man. I'm good. But when he brought that noise to them little young boys, if I was there, I would have cussed him out and tried to slap him. I tell everybody, I would have cussed him out and tried to slap him. They would have had to remove me from the room. Something. Because I'm going to talk to this nigga like he's a nigga. And he ain't going to respond well. Because he ain't no nigga. I could talk to Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, like he's a nigga, and he'll respond well. Because he a nigga. Barack Obama, oh, not so much. Kamala, no. I could talk to Candace Owens, and she gonna respond like a nigga. She got her attitude, she got her political thing, she married to a Jew, whatever. It don't matter, all that stuff. I don't really care. I'm just going by what she is, not what she do. You know, if I go up to a dog, they gonna respond like a dog. They gonna bark and shit. I go to a cat, it's gonna respond like a cat. It's gonna meow and stuff, you know. It's gonna do what it do. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna do what it do. And he ain't do that. Was messed up for him to even come at them young men that way. And all of them had their arms folded, looking at him like, really, dude? So I could see it wasn't penetrating their defenses. He was embarrassing himself in front of them young men. That was very embarrassing. That was a bad look and a real bad move. Sending Obama out, no, not a problem. You know, he's a political animal. But that angle he came at them young men, bad move. That's gonna bounce off a lot of what they call reverberate. That's gonna reverberate, baby. He screwed up. Obama is at this moment persona non grata. He made himself persona non grata. He made himself persona non grata by trying to make people be angry at what's that face boy, Trump, when meanwhile Biden say, if you don't vote for him, you're not black. He didn't bring that part up. He brought up what Trump said, but he didn't bring up Biden. And they're gonna try to tell people what? Nobody listening to that garbage. Man, get out of here with that noise. Of course, a few people are listening to it, but he tore his drawers right then and there. He really tore his drawers with me personally. I got nothing for him. I used to defend Obama. I'd be like, he's trying, he's doing his best in circumstances, you know what I mean? He's doing his best circumstances. He's surrounded by nothing but crackers. He ain't gonna get nothing done. We all should know that right away. But he got all that gay stuff done like it wasn't nothing. A walk in the park. Which tells you what I'm telling you and what this thing is about, which is the Constitution itself says, except, and according to Google, 1.8 million people are in the United States jails. I don't know how they count like that, because people go to jail every day. You get me? They go to this jail, that jail. They not counted in this census, that census. Oh, but is these state jails? Did he add the state and the county? Or did they just say the U.S. jails? Okay. What about the local jails? What about the municipal corporation? You know, a municipal corporation. Listen to me now. A municipal corporation that refers to itself as a county has prisons and jails that they put the people in. How did these people come under them? A corporation. I don't work for McDonald's, you say. How can McDonald's put me in jail? Because McDonald's say this whole place is McDonald's. And therefore, we could put you in jail. It's a municipal corporation given its powers by a bigger corporation, which is a bigger corporation, till they get to the U.S. and the state corporation, all of them corporations. And they all assume authority. Every one of them is assumed. I don't think you hear me. It's assumed authority, backed up by war. I come into a place, look it over. I like this place. I just get up on and put my thing up kind of high so everybody can see me. And I say, hey, I'm taking over. I have taken over. I'm running the joint. That's assumed authority. Just go up and say, hey, man, I'm running this joint. Y'all get out of here. I'm running it. Assumed authority. Now, whether you can back that assumed authority up, that's another thing, but that's what assumed authority is. You simply come in and take over, which people do. I learned it how to do different, just positioning, how you position yourself. Anyway, it's all like psychological and sales, marketing, all that crazy stuff. Ain't no sense in getting into the individualistics of it, but it's an assumed position. Like, okay, there was no president, and then they made a president. That's an assumed position. They just assumed it and made it and put somebody there. It's just that's how it's done. That's exactly how it's done. We haven't done it because we've been allowing people to assume authority over us like children. And oh, who's the new boss? Yeah, they're bringing in a new boss. And you'd be like, oh yeah, they're bringing in a new boss. Somebody just assumed authority. Baby. I was at work one day, a long time ago. Anyway, I was at a job. Because I work for myself, I just work at places. I was working at a place, and a cracker came in, and he assumed authority. And since I knew what it was, and I could see his face, I realized what he was doing. He was a regular worker, but he came in like he was the boss because he knew, him being a cracker, the other people will assume that he's the boss. And his assumption is him assuming assumption of authority worked on everyone most of the people, I would say, in the room. It didn't work on me because I could see in his eyes he was assuming authority. Because it's you gotta, when you know, that I don't know what else to tell you. When you know. And I learned con from some real good con men. I learned sales from some real good salesmen. And all of that stuff is con and sales. Corporation. What is a corporation? It's nothing. It's a zombie. That's con. It's a con game. Knowing con games, you can look at almost anything and see the con in the game. Like assumed authority. Listen, when I went into the military, I was already 27 years old. I didn't go into the military as it's cool. I didn't go into the military as a child. I mean, a teenager, excuse me. I was 27, had children, married and had children. When I went into the military, I was older than most of the sergeants. My perspective was totally different. They come in and tell me, yeah. And the little boys would be, oh, and I'd be smiling. What you smiling about, Wally? And I say, hey, man, do your thing. I know what you're doing your thing. I done been through this. I'm 20, still ain't no child. So they made me, the local ruler of shit. Okay, well, we're gonna put him in charge. Talking about me. And so that's what they did. Because they couldn't run me like they run all them little children. So they put me in charge. And all the little children did what I told them pretty much. So one day they tried me, but Other than that, they never tried me. Because the guy told him and assumed authority. He had delegated authority to me. Some of this assumed authority to me. And I assumed it. Because I know it's all assumptions and stuff. So I'm begging you, I'm not even begging you. I'm asking you to share this out, give it to your friends, tell them, you know, to read that one sentence, the 13th Amendment. You can read all the rest of them if you want to. But that one right there seals the deal that slavery still exists. It never went nowhere. It was just rebranded under accept. I'm out. I did this long enough today. I hope somebody has something to say. I'll get back at you another time. I'm out. One love.